Hello there, friends and non-friends alike. Today, I thought I would discuss my thoughts on the Channel Awesome controversies and Doug Walker in general, as obviously he is not the main focus of all the hatred, but he's got some bits of it in there. He's not totally blameless. But I personally don't think Doug Walker is a bad guy, but I think from what the rumors are saying, he's got a bit of an ego, which is whatever. Some people do, especially when you're in a place of a little bit of power and fame, which he's gained over the years. I can't say I'd blame him too much for being a little thinking, I was a little bit of an ego there. I mean, he's come a long way and he's done a lot of good things. I'm not saying it's a good thing necessarily, but I'm not very surprised, more or less. But most of the ire seems to be going towards Mr. Mike Machoud. Is that how you say that? Machoud? I'm not entirely sure, but yes, he's obviously a creep, and I do hope that they distance themselves from him as much as they possibly can. Obviously, things are very quiet on their end right now because I do believe there's a lot of turmoil going on that we don't see, and I would love to be a fly on the wall in that room and just see what's going on. I'm not even the biggest fan of Channel Awesome anymore. I don't think Doug Walker's. I think he's fine in everything except for the Nostalgia Critic anymore right now. I still watch the Nostalgia Critic, ironically, out of nostalgia, and once in a while there's an okay episode, but I think he sort of lost the. I think he lost the appeal that he once had years ago, and I don't. I saw an interview once where he said he changed the character, and you can really see that, and I just think it became. I don't even think that's the biggest problem. I think the problem became more focused on production as opposed to content. He'll put all sorts of new effects in there, and he'll try and put all these little stories and things. And I don't think he's that good at it. Personally, I don't think that like all the story elements are that good. Some people can incorporate story into their videos, and it gets really good. Like with James Rolfe, Angry Video Game Nerd. I like when he does it a lot, and I think Doug could do it well, but I just think the way he's gone about it, especially in recent years, it's not very entertaining. It's more kind of cringy. Not all of them, and I think Doug is a very entertaining guy, and I think he's pretty knowledgeable. I don't agree with him on everything, but it's the way of the world. I've met him before, and he comes off as very very nice, but he's he's not the main point of hatred here towards Channel Awesome. That's that wretched Mr. Mike Machoud, and they do hopefully need to get rid of him because I don't know how they got involved with him. I don't know if he was always this bad, if he was always a creeper and didn't have enough food for everybody the whole time, or if this is you know gone gone on and just gotten worse over time. I don't really know. I'm not very informed. This is just someone who is a more of a casual fan of Channel Awesome. I used to be more of a really I was really into it when it was that guy with glasses.com. After they changed to Channel Awesome, I feel like something changed, but I still keep up with the content to some degree. Anytime James Rolfe's on, and I do watch all the nostalgia critics. I didn't even realize that Top the Fourth Wall was still on there. I think he's off now, but I do like him. I haven't seen him in a while, and I used to like Brad Jones. I haven't seen him in a while. I think he's still really good. I don't have the time to watch as many of those as I did, but I always still watch Nostalgia Critic once in a while. I'll tune into Top the Fourth Wall, but I think this might even be good, perhaps, because if all of these horrible things that they've done, maybe they can shake Doug up a bit and have him go back to his roots and just start new because the crap with Mike and Jew Wario, I was very surprised by. I never would have expected that when all those allegations came out. That's incredibly disturbing. I didn't watch his stuff that much back in the day, but still, he always he came off to me from the little bit that I did see as a pretty nice guy. That's horrible, but I guess it's a lot of people, sadly, as they seem really nice and they're just not good people. But honestly, I always thought that Rob Walker came off as kind of he came off kind of a bit full of himself compared to Doug. He just always seemed like he's like I don't hate him, but he always seemed like he is a bit more of a bit more full of himself than Doug was. He just always comes. There's just something about him that puts me puts me on the wrong way. I forget the exact phrasing, but I'm saying I don't hate him. I haven't really met him, but something about him that just whenever stirs you the wrong way, whatever the phrase is, he does it. Let me tell you. But it's not to say Doug Walker's without blame. There's certain things that he's done. Apparently, he's a bit of a tyrant. I've heard about it when he's on set with people, and he does nothing when he knows wrong things are going on. But hopefully, again, this will be a wake up call for him because I really like him. I've met him in the past, and we've talked a little bit, and he just came off as a really really nice guy to me, and I'd hate to see him just totally go down the tubes for some mistakes that he's made, and yeah, I just hope that something is able to change with that because he really is. He does have a lot of talent, and I think this could either be really good or really bad for him. I hope people don't put all of the blame on him for everything, and I hope this doesn't destroy his career because he does have a lot of potential. But I just do hope it kind of shakes him up a bit and helps him get back to something else that can that's not so egregious because I don't know if he's going to get back Channel Awesome and just own it himself, or if he's even going to be able to own the Nostalgia Critic anymore. I don't think it's too big a deal either way because I do think he would if he wasn't able to do Nostalgia Critic anymore. Critic anymore. I think he would lose obviously significant amount of viewers and money, but I think he can build it back up because he does have face recognition. People know who he is. And I think he just has to prove that he's not going to be involving himself with these types of people anymore. And uh, he's just gotta be a good boss. I don't even think he was a major boss at Channel Awesome. But I've also heard people saying that he basically acted like one, which would make sense because he basically started the whole thing. It's so strange to think he just was just a little nobody trying to be the next AVGN when he started. Then you just built up to being one of the biggest people on YouTube. I'm sure there's a lot of people now that wish they could do that, but I'm sure there's a lot of people now that will do that. Who knows? It's the internet's a very strange place. You never know what's going to go viral and what's going to stay hidden. I'm sure there's amazing things that no one's ever seen on YouTube. Some of the best music, again, get the back in a Tiny Tim. Some of the best songs you've never heard, I guarantee you they're all over YouTube. You want to hear some fantastic songs? Look up the Minnesota Polka by Tiny Tim. Even if you don't like polka, it's a great song. You want to hear something really crazy? Look up the Pizza Polka Rap by Tiny Tim. And you say, well, I don't like Tiny Tim. Tiny Tim's a bunch of crap. Well, I don't agree. But if you want to hear something that's great, that's not by Tiny Tim, but you probably haven't heard either. Well, first of all, look up Zito Fattel, who's also great. But also look up Slade and the Big Nothing. He's a great friend of mine, and he's got some wonderful music. It's very funny stuff. Very, very funny stuff. Now Slade's not totally unknown, but it's really good stuff. Just highly recommend it if you're in a really weird crap. And even back to Channel Awesome and Tiny Tim together. The thing is, Tiny kind of could be like that. He even though he had nothing, and He would think he was a big star half the time. Doug Walker doesn't have nothing. He's like, no, I'm a big star. Let me tell you, I was big in the '60s. When you're hot, you're hot. And Johnny Carson was scared of me. That's why he didn't want me back on the show. But Doug Walker is. I don't think he's that full of himself. I don't know. It remains to be seen. James Rolfe seems like a pretty humble guy, ironically, not ironically, but just because he's more popular than Doug, and all of Channel Lost including mine probably, but he came off to me as more humble even when I met him, but I think they're both pretty nice guys, and everybody makes mistakes. I think, in my opinion, he should just, if he can't get Channel Awesome and the Nostalgia Critic character to himself, which I think he should try to do, but if he can't, cut your losses, either start a new company or just do the Doug Walker channel on YouTube. Just be yourself, or just have all your skits on there. And I think people will come to him. I do. I think people can forgive him more than they can forgive Mike, and I think they should too. Everybody makes mistakes. Nobody's perfect. And from what I've heard, he hasn't done anything that's that bad in comparison to the others. And I think everybody deserves a second chance. Well, maybe not everybody. It depends on what you did. If you're going around murdering babies, then I don't know how much of a second chance you deserve. But I don't think Doug Walker's done anything that bad. So unless he does start murdering babies, then I think you should. I think you should give it a second chance. Which a lot of people seem like they're more mad that he hasn't had an apology, but I think there's some legal issues he has, and I think give him time. I think he will. I think he'll get something to you in a month or so. I don't know, but Doug Walker is not the kind of guy who's he seems like he'd apologize. I think he seems like he does a lot of good work, and he seems like he's generally tries to do good to the world, and I think we should give him another shot. Thank you, my dear wonderful friends. Please subscribe to this wonderful channel if you enjoyed this wonderful little rant about things, and there's one of those wonderful things on my channel. I've got music and a review of the newest Sleep album, and I've got music videos and live videos, and I'm looking for suggestions for anything more you people would be interested. I just like talking, and I hope you enjoyed this, my dear friends. Please hit that wonderful little subscribe button, and I'll see you next time, my dear friends.